Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack bringing you some extremely fun action. I got to observe these games last night. They were a result of somebody really challenging Animal in a couple different areas. It wasn't Recent, by the way, but Recent did end up getting to play. But this guy was challenging Animal, trying to say some fairly mean things, and Animal just kept saying to him, "Well, let's play. Well, let's play." And so finally, I said, "Well, look, I'll host." And I hosted the game and tried to invite the other guy, and he said, "Nah, forget it." He bailed, didn't want to play, so I said, "Well, geez, we can't let this go to waste. Animal's ready to play." Animal being a master level Terran player, I said, "We got to find somebody else." I hit my good friend Recent up here and said, "Hey, would you play a match for us?" And he is a master level Terran player as well, so very, very even match here. And he decided to do that, and this is the result. We have 2 games from them that these guys played together before Recent just ran out of time. Otherwise, we probably would have tried to get more, because the fireworks between these 2 guys are phenomenal. Let me just tell you, you guys are in for a treat right now. There is going to be tons and tons of back and forth in these matchups. We're going to see some insane micro, and it's going to be so difficult to for me to cast, because I'm going to have to be all over the map. And I tried while I was watching these games last night to ping as many different things as I could while we were playing. And so you'll see me pinging the map a lot in this matchup, and that is from before. I'm not doing that right now while I'm casting. That was while I was watching the game as a referee. So that does get saved in the replay when people ping as a referee. So there you are. And Animal going to be going for his gas here fairly early. He does have a barracks down completed and going straight for a Marine. Going to be sending that. Look at this, rally across the field right here to his opponent's base. Recent going to be scouting with his nearly dead SCV. Very, very close there. And I think they changed it, but you can see that there's no chat from the observers. And it was a lot of chatter in this game. We had like 5 or 6 people observing this game. Everybody was super excited for it, and we just had a really, really good time last night, which is the reason that I'm going to be casting this for you guys. And you can see here now Animal putting down a bunker right at his opponent's main. So very, very ballsy here. He is going to be pushing his opponent around as much as he possibly can. Very, very aggressive player, Animal. We love to be watching him play. And then you can see he goes straight for a factory right behind this bunker. Going to be poking in here with this Marine, just being a big pest. He does have 2 Marines now, slightly outnumbering his opponent's Marine count. And you can see this factory going down for Recent as well. More reinforcing Marines headed down here from this barracks. Oh, and almost taking out that Marine, but he is going to be able to get the supply depot here fairly soon. Keeps this up. This Marine going to try and get in there without dying. And down goes the Marine, down goes the SCV, and now the supply depot will be falling. You can see this tech lab going down on the factory. And this factory pumping out Hellions so that he can deal with these Marines the best he possibly can. Very, very good micro here with this single Hellion, able to do quite a bit of damage, having to pull some SCVs off the line, however. And you can see this Animal putting down a supply depot to try and stop this Hellion from coming out of the base before these Marines get into this bunker. So really, really fun play. Great micro. You gotta love to see this from these guys. Oh, this Hellion getting blasted away from that bunker. He had just not seen that bunker. He was not able to poke out of his base yet. And let's take a look at his vision. Well, it's actually too late. Now he's seen it, but before he hadn't seen it. So, and I had actually checked the vision in the replay. And so he's unaware of what's going on outside his base right now, other than he does know that this bunker is there. But we do have a tech lab on this factory, a tank on the field, and we are researching siege tech. So Animal putting himself in a very, very good position right next to his opponent's base, keeping him from expanding. And behind this, he is taking an expansion of his own, as you can see here. So very, very well played. He is taking his second gas right now as well. Now just going to be very, very pesky, focusing down this front door. repairing SCVs over here, trying to micro those guys, and look at this great micro from this Hellion, doing as much damage as he possibly can with the single defending unit that he's got at this point. Now siege is completed. He can put this siege tank back safely, just blast away at these things. These Marines will be taking kind of a back position, let the siege tank just do its work, and they can sit back safely and defend the siege tank. Great positioning here by Animal. Tons and tons of fun to watch these guys. Look at all the back and forth, and you can see Recent sticking with this Hellion play, and he does have Blue Flame on the way. That is the Infernal Pre-Igniter research. And this, oh yeah, he did send out a single Reaper to try and do some damage, and he did end up getting a kill there. But you can see Recent now supply blocked. Just never a fun situation to be in when you've got this many units at your front door. Look at this drop, watch this. Down on the low ground, picks him right back up. I think he did end up losing one of those, but very, very great micro there. You gotta love to see that, how smooth he is taking out these, all the Marines that were defending there. Not going to be able to do much more because of this bunker, so really, really utilizing this bunker. Animal doing just a fantastic job moving these guys back out. And he does have now 3 barracks up and running. Poking in here with these Marines. This factory just brutally burning them to the ground right now. And leapfrogging these siege tanks forward, just doing quite a bit of damage. We do have saving grace on the way. That is this Banshee. And watch the micro from Recent with this Banshee that pops out. Unbelievable. You've got to love the ability of these 2 players. Both of them master level Terrans. Very, very good with the micro units. Recent just desperately trying to hold on here, doing everything he can possibly do to try and hold on. And here comes this Banshee to try and save the day. Down goes one siege tank. Gonna get the kill on that Marine. I mean, how often do you get to see a Banshee with 2 kills in a defensive position? Not very often. Now up to 3 kills. Going for 4 with the siege tank, and not enough Marines in position now at this point for Animal to defend his forward position. So Recent kind of turning the tides there. That is 4 kills on a Banshee defending like that with no cloak. Fantastic. You've got to love that. And now he is sticking with this Banshee play, the Hellion play as well. Getting this factory out of there for Animal. And we do have a command center going down for Recent. And look at this, 4 Hellions with Blue Flame in a medevac going to be heading out across the field. And at the same time, we do have Animal moving out across the field again with quite a few Marines. That appears to be 10 Marines. Yes, it is. And here goes this medevac. We'll try and get all of this action, if at all possible. There is going to be tons of it, and it all happens at the same time. Here come the Marines. 4 Animal going to be doing quite a bit of damage. And this, a little bit of this rally there, I think, by that Hellion. These Marines being extremely difficult to deal with. Watch how Recent ends up dealing with this. You can see that there's this drop here in the back of the main as well. He's going to be moving those out here in just a moment. We'll try and get taps on that attack as well. Look at the micro of this Banshee dealing with all of these Marines. There is no cloak in here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Trying to micro those guys back, but this Banshee doing quite a bit of damage. And here comes the attack right now with Blue Flame Hellions getting quite a few kills, softening those guys up quite a bit. Down go a whole bunch of those SCVs. Very, very good job there by Recent, able to do quite a bit of damage. Boom! Down they go. And at the same time, we have another attack here at the main from Animal. Going to be trying to take out this command center, doing quite a bit of damage yet again. And look at the micro from this Banshee. Oh my goodness, you gotta love these 2 guys. One Banshee here trying to hold off all these Marines. Look at this micro, just barely keeping this guy alive, and now having to pull these SCVs off the line and try and do damage. Micro and this Banshee back and forth, taking out these Marines. Beautifully done. Now, I would definitely have to say, look at the supply counts, though, between these 2 guys. That is 21 to 40. Recent definitely at a disadvantage here, but has done some marvelous things to be able to hold this off for so long. Unbelievable play here. You have got to love that. And Animal going to be gearing up for some drops here. It appears he is still he has got this third expansion on the way, not on the way, but morphing into an orbital command center, and he has got it beginning to saturate at this point. You can see in Animal's main army, he does have 4 medevacs, quite a few Marines there, and we do have these Hellions moving out across the field for recent, and they are on a move instead of on attack, and they just get obliterated without actually doing any damage at all whatsoever. So a little bit of miss micro there by recent, and that is going to be it for him, I would say, at this point. Very, very difficult to be able to hold this off, but, you know, I mean, he is recent. He does have insane micro skills, and now he does have 3 Hellions. That should be plenty to deal with these Marines. We're going to be microing those back and forth a little bit. There's some reinforcing Hellions. One of those going down. Doing pretty sneaky good, holding this off at this point. Gotta hand it to Recent for all of the things that he's able to do to hold off these attacks when he is definitely at a severe disadvantage in the army count. And now trying to get this expansion up and running, because his main is just about mined out at this point, and he is definitely behind in the economy. Take a look at the units tab. He has 17 SCVs. I mean, look at the discrepancy in economy, and you got to ask yourself, how in the world is this guy holding on? And it comes down to his micro. Take a look at units lost. Pretty stinking even. Animal slightly behind, so Recent really being able to put the hurt on his opponent with that micro. Ooh, I gotta love that burning tree. This Hellion's doing quite a bit of damage here, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough to turn the tide of the battle. Any economic damage, though, is good economic damage at this point for Recent. So pretty good play here thus far, but he really kind of needed those Hellions, I think, for defense at this point. And now we have a very scary army moving out across the field for Animal. He's got 2 tanks in the mix and 1 Viking. He's going to be stopping to take out these destructible debris first before he moves out across the map. Quite a few Marines here, just 3 Marauders, but these tanks and this Viking will be able to take out all of the air units of Recent. Recent moving out with 4 Hellions at the same time that this force from Animal is coming out across the field. You can see me pinging that. I wanted to make sure that we didn't miss that. You can see these Hellions about to poke in here. Doing a lot of damage. These guys getting stuck here. Those Hellions killing those SCVs, just demolishing them. Here comes the attack right now. These Vikings going to be killing off all of the air units of Recent too fast. Just brutal for Recent at this point. And these tanks and this army is just going to be too big, I think, for Recent to hold off now. Trying to get these Hellions back here for defense. Just not quite going to be enough. And there is the GG from Recent. Very, very well played. Got to love all that back and forth. Unbelievable micro from those 2 gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, too, for playing that game. Thank you guys for coming out. We'll see you guys next time.